Hello, hello, hello. Give everybody a minute to get in here. Do, 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 do. Oh yeah, when we found the new Blue Ranger, I spammed her with that song, and she was so pissed. I even went as far as to spam the entire group chat for the Beast Hunters, and everyone was very upset with me. But it was worth it because it was funny. So, hello to everybody. So, today, what we're basically going to be doing, we're going to be doing a couple different things. It's going to be another editing stream, but also, I'm going to be releasing this after the stream. We're going to be revealing who the new Blue Shark Ranger is today. Good afternoon from Florida. Good afternoon from Michigan. Technically, evening, it's like 6 p.m., so I guess that's considered evening. And hello to you, Landon. It is good to see you in the chat once more, my friend. I'm sorry, I gotta show this. This is too goddamn cute. She got a little sock in her mouth. Look at her. Look at that sock in her mouth. Hello, Kidna. She's a good girl. It's my puppy. That's a Kidna, and I love her. Butterfly Reels. Christina, is that you? If I'm not mistaken, your usual tag is Butterfly Reels, if I am not mistaken. Aha, I knew it. Hi, Christina. Christina's our DIT. She's a buddy of mine. Frankly, it's because of her that all this is going as smoothly as it is. Like, I'm pretty sure she's mostly here just to make sure that nothing is totally fucked up. Just checking and being like, how much of my hard work has he completely destroyed? I'm curious. Didn't mean to do that. When I still like to see the Tokyo adaptation. I've been waiting for well over 2 years now because that's how long we've been planning this fucking thing. But we're very, very close. Episode 1 is like 95. It's like 99% of the way done. And I literally need 2 more shots, and then it's like, I just need like 2 more shots off this damn episode, and then I can like call it the cut locked. And we were supposed to have finished it Last weekend, and then it started fucking raining, and I'm still very upset about that. Will the trailer come soon? I'm hoping so. I'm hoping to have the theme song out in the next week. I get it. It's one of those things. I need two more shots. Two more shots. I just need green and pinks their head cards, kind of like how we did for Gem Paladins. But I've got no, actually no, I need blues too because his I did greens and blues. I did red, yellow, green, and blue and orange. Red and yellows were fine. Blue and orange, something happened with the green screen and it made it completely unusable. So I have to go back and redo it. Green, because he was wearing a green shirt, we had to flip his over and do the blue screen. And I didn't realize he was wearing very, very blue jeans. So I couldn't do anything with it. And now I have to go back and redo it. Jenna is the only one we haven't done yet. So as soon as I can get Zach and Jenna's, I can finish this theme song out like in a day. It's just getting with him and getting all that done by winter of 2024 to celebrate the 10-year. I mean, realistically, it's going to be out well before then. Beast Hunters will probably be out closer to winter of 2024 because the plan is Rail Riders is coming out. We're hoping for fall. We're not going to give any dates yet because we don't want it. We don't want crap to happen like they did last year. We kept saying, "Oh, it's coming out now. It's coming out now. It's coming out now," and then technical issues kept happening. So we're like, we are making sure that episode 1 is like done, ready to go, and we're already working on episode 2 before we even say when it's coming out. It will be out by YumaCon. We can tell you that much. Hopefully, episode 2 will be right around the corner from them. Does anybody hate the weather? Now we all hate the weather. The weather's awful. I would believe the trailer in late August and the first episode time in October. That's mathematic. That's kind of what we're hoping for. Because that's what we had. That's what we did with Gem Paladins. Realistically, editing is going smoother than it did for Paladins. We're taking a little more time with it because there's 5 episodes versus just the 1. But the sound design is almost done. The cut's almost locked. Like I said, I need 2 more shots. 2 more shots to finish it. And then the theme song, same thing. 2 more shots. So I need a total of 4 shots in order to completely wrap this thing up. And then ideally, the trailer will come out. Again, I'm hoping for either September or October. Like at least a few weeks before we actually drop Rail Riders. But by the time you see that trailer, that means episode 1 has been done. Like the music, the VFX, the sound design, everything's locked in, ready to go. And we're just we're using that extra time to finish out episode 2, so that way when we can just kind of keep the train rolling, and then there's less issues. But the current plan is to release 1 episode every 2 months. So let's say, for example, we released episode 1 today. I'm going to use that as my example. The next episode would come out October, and then December, and then February, and then April, and then by June we would get Beast Hunters, and then we do a couple episodes of Beast Hunters, and then we go into season 4, and then we do whatever episodes we're doing for that. Then we go into season 5. Is the trailer going to be like Power Rangers, Gem Paladins? Is it going to tell a story? I haven't decided that yet. I actually haven't decided because I haven't even started working on the trailer. Admittedly. Yeah, because our main focus right now is just finish out Rail Riders before we do anything. But what I'm really excited for is that Rail Riders is going to open up with a time jump. So you're gonna get to see an episode for like a scene from episode 5 from the last episode. To kind of say like here's where we're at, here's how we got here, and that's something I'm really excited to do. especially because the idea for that specific scene is what kind of kicked off my entire thought process for Rail Riders. Because the original plan for Rail Riders, it was only going to be like 2 episodes, and we were just going to do like the final battle. And then I sat down and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a full story, and I'm going to see how much of this I can tell in 5 episodes. So Rail Riders takes place over the course of about 9 months, but it's condensed into about 5 episodes. You're probably wondering how I got here. You know what? I'm a little bit curious myself. Yes. Is the outside of the whole train a black void with white dots or white void? That's what I'm still trying to figure out. It's actually a really, really good question for like the green screen work that we're gonna do. So right now, we do have green screens. This whole thing actually got this whole scene had to get reshot because we had some lighting issues. This was literally the first scene we ever shot for Rail Riders. Was this train scene for episode 2. So like the green screens are kind of fucked up, and we had to go back and redo those. So my plan is to do, I'm thinking like a baby blue void, kind of like a sky. But it's still kind of undecided. It's just going to be based off of whatever looks best, you know, making sure it doesn't wash in with the walls or anything like that. I'm not sure about black. I feel like that might blend in a little bit too much. When I first discovered you guys, I didn't even know who you guys were until you guys Gem Paladins. You guys are the best. Actually, everything. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, we really try. Honestly, we didn't have high hopes for Gem Paladins. Like realistically, we were expecting like when I released that theme song. So fun fact, the theme song was actually a last minute decision. So the original plan, Marguerite, who was the director, originally said, I didn't really want a theme song, and we're like, I mean, it would fit more with Power Rangers, but like I get it, I do. But eventually, like Todd and I, my producer, we sat down and we're like, we need a theme song, and this was like a month and a half before we actually released the theme song. So it was whipped up very, very quickly within like 4 to 6 weeks by Jake Clark and Danny Parker. So what ended up happening? Yeah, I contacted him. I was like, just in the back of my brain, I was like, we need this fucking theme song. I don't ask me why. I just feel like we need it. And yeah, no, it's what propelled us. It blew up. You know, it's currently sitting at like 350,000 views, which was way beyond any of our expectation. We were expecting like 5,000 views, and we were going to call that a success. And you know, it did well over like almost 100 times that. And I was like, giggity goddamn, giggity goddamn. The film itself, we were only expecting like, again, like only a few thousand views, and we were going to call it good, but no, it ended up getting like, I think cumulatively across all platforms, I think we're currently sitting at like 40,000. Yeah, I want to say it's like 32 on YouTube right now, and it's like 8,000 across all the other platforms. So yeah, about 40K views, and it's been out for just shy of a year. So I think that's for an independent film company that just started doing this and was just like, hey, let's just throw it out. Low expectations. I think it did really, really well, like stupendously stupid well, and I'm really, really glad everybody received it so well and loved it. Because I feel like if it wasn't for that theme song, we wouldn't have done as well as we did. I stand by that theme song is what put us where we are. So we still owe Jake a steak dinner for that. I'm not gonna ask you a question, but no, dude, you're welcome to ask questions. But did you see the trailer of Gotchard? It was cool, and I actually am really excited for Gotchard. It looks really cool. I really dig his suit design. I'm excited that we're getting a primary blue, like we're getting a blue main Kamen Rider for once. I love the theme, like alchemy and shit. Like it's really fucking cool. The only thing I don't like it feels like Forza to me. which I love. And I know Force is one of my favorite Kamen Rider seasons. The only thing I don't like is his henshin pose. I think my buddy Gem put it best when he said, this is like one of the most mid, this is hands down like the most mid henshin pose in the Reiwa era so far. And I'm like, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty fucking lame. So do you plan to adapt Q Ranger? What would you call it if you adapted it? So I'm keeping my mouth shut on that one. I think that kind of speaks for itself. All I'm gonna say is we're waiting to see what Cosmic Fury does before we really make a call. Because let's say if we decided to do it, there's certain things we couldn't do based off of what Cosmic Fury does. Like, for example, if we were to do Q Ranger, we probably couldn't use Zord footage. We probably wouldn't use Zord footage for that exact reason. But if they, all of a sudden all the Rangers, from Q Ranger bust out, would be like, so that's still kind of up in the air. That's all I'm really gonna say in the matter. Can the Rail Riders time travel back to 1970s, 1980s? Oh god, that'd be funny. With the power of imagination they can, I'll tell you what. Just like Kamen Rider Den-O, just Power Rangers. I think that'd be great. Like, all the Rangers are possessed by the Imagine. When you're done with Sentai, will you move on to Rider adaptations? I really want to. That actually the original plan, we never figured out when it was going to fit in timeline wise, but we eventually want to do a 0-1 adaptation. I don't exactly know how we would do it yet because I've been so focused on Power Rangers, but as it stands, we really, really like to, and it's not out of the question, but it would be down the road type deal. Like it would either come in a random spot, because Power Rangers takes up so much of our time in terms of filming and resources and production and budget. It would have to be after. It would have to be after Power Rangers. How did you come up with names for the Rangers? The characters? How did we come up with the names for the characters, or how did we come up with the names for the seasons? How did you the names of the Power Rangers, Gem Paladins, the Rangers names? Okay, so I didn't. So this is something that we're doing with every single one of our seasons, -1, and there's a reason behind that. I'm not going to spoil. I'm not going to say what it is because it gives away the entire fucking plot of the season that we're doing, and it's for part 5. That one's gonna be fun. So we actually let all our actors pick their own character names. So I'm the only one who picked my own name. So I picked Tony, and I picked Tony because it was named after my grandfather and my father, who both know. My grandfather went by Anthony, my dad went by Jay. So that's why, and their last name was Kraut. They're both. My dad actually just recently passed away 2 weeks ago. So I'm more excited than ever that I picked his name to use for my Ranger name. For Autumn, she picked Amber. For Crystal, Miranda picked that name. Jade, that was picked by Gene, and Cyrus by Derek, Julius by Barbaro, Armand picked Marcus, and Ryan picked Sonzoku. Actually, the only one who did not pick their character name was Michelle Charlie, because the actor who originally was going to play her picked that name because she was from Charlotte, North Carolina. And then when she bowed out, we were literally we had already recorded some of the ADR, the dialogue. So the name of Charlie was already spoken and put into the footage. So we were like, sorry, Michelle, you're stuck with Charlie. But past that, everybody picked their own names. So with the new Blue Ranger for Beast Hunters, it's no longer going to be Wei Lin because that was Danny's pick. So I allowed the new actor, who you're going to be learning who she is in a little bit here, she picked her own name. Any plans on adapting Zenkaiger, maybe King Oger? I don't want to say anything. But King Oger, no. We are not going to do King Oger. The reason behind that, and I've said this before, we got to cap it somewhere. Because, if we're just continuing to do Sentai seasons, one after another, into infinitum. Like, these seasons are going to keep coming out for years and years and years, and we have to put a pause somewhere. So we decided we're not doing King Oger. Where we picked to be our stopping point, that's our stopping point. Anything that comes out after, unless something like really, really grabs us and we're like, we have to do this, we're not going to do it. Hell, even our season 6, because all in all, we had multiple seasons planned. Our second to last season, we only even chose to do because something specific really, really grabbed us, and we're like, we're doing it, we're doing it, we're doing it. But if it wasn't for that specific thing, we wouldn't have done it, and we would have been, and we would have kept the same exact timeline, and yeah. So King Oger, I don't get me wrong, I love King Oger. It's just, it's one of those things, like, we have to end it somewhere. So we have to hold ourselves to that, because if we don't, again, we're going to be doing this for the rest of our lives, and we want to do other things. Like we're still filmmakers at the end of the day. We have other ideas that aren't Toku related. So, how did you think Gem Paladins? Is Rail Rider 22 episodes long? How many minutes usually? Rail Riders is 5 episodes. Rail Riders is only going to be 5 episodes, maybe 6, depending on how I cut the last episode. I've kind of gone back and forth on that. It's most likely going to be 5, but I might take the last episode, break it in half. But as it stands right now, I'm going to use episode 2 here as a good example. I think episode 2 is currently the longest, and this is our theme song. We're sitting at 25 and a half minutes, and this is without opening and without credits. Episode 1, I think, is clocking in at 22, 23 minutes. Episode 3 is going to be the shortest. That's clocking in at it's not done yet, but I want to say that one's going to clock in less than 20 minutes. Episode 4 and episode 5, I can see being the longest. I can see those both being a solid half hour. So roughly anywhere between 25 to 30 minutes each episode, 5 episodes. Yeah, we couldn't do 22 episodes. We don't have those kinds of resources. 5 episodes has been hard enough. Doing 5 episodes. We've been filming for, we started at the end of March, so it's been April, May, June. Yeah, we've been filming for like 5 or 6 months for Rail Riders, and that's just for 5 episodes. That's 6 months of filming. Granted, we only do every other day, every other weekend or something like that, but still. Will we release a full version of the Gem Paladins theme song? That's a Jake question. If he ever wants to do a complete thing, because that's all that I was ever sent, was just the 1 minute. It was only ever meant to be a 1 minute opening. Same thing with Rail Riders. It was never intended to be a full thing. I mean, unless he comes up to me one day, he's like, "Hey, I'm down to do a full 3-minute thing. Get Danny back in the studio and do all this and that." But as it stands, that's just one episode. It's just the 1 minute. Are you gonna make Power Rangers episode in the future? Oh, of course. We are. Yeah, no, we've got multiple seasons planned after Rail Riders. Like, Rail Riders is just season 2. We got Beast Hunters. We got Loop Path that we're doing. We got other ones. Altogether, I think we're doing, including Gem Paladins and Rail Riders, we got 7 seasons planned, each with varying episode lengths. Rail Riders, I think, is going to be the 3rd longest. So there's going to be, as it's currently planned, there's going to be 2 seasons that are going to be more than 5 episodes. No, crystallizes. Yeah, everybody thinks we're crystallizers. Everyone keeps calling us crystallizers. They're like, we're not crystallizers. Oh, no, it's fine though. I hope we're not Don Brothers adaptation. Do you like Kamen Rider Saber or Dragon Knight? Dragon Knight was actually my introduction to Kamen Rider years back. I watched I watched it when it first came out, back in, what was that, like 2000? Shit, I was in shit. Was I in like eighth grade when that came out? Yeah, it came out like 2007, 2008, something like that. I remember I was either in middle school or I was in like my freshman year of high school. I feel like I was in my freshman year, and I absolutely loved it. And I had no idea about Kamen Rider other than just this. So when I found out it was adapted just like Power Rangers, I was like, oh, this is amazing. I'm not as big of a fan of Ryuki. I don't really like the early Heisei era stuff. So I'm not a big fan of Kuga. I haven't seen Agito yet. I love Blade. I adore Blade. It is one of my favorite seasons. I'm not a big fan. Not a big fan of. Not the biggest fan of Ryuki. I don't mind it. I fucking hate Faiz. It is my least favorite season. 2008. Oh, was it 2008? Yeah, I was gonna say. So yeah, I would have been either because I would have been either eighth grade or ninth grade because I remember watching a lot of my buddies' plays. So I was probably either transitioning into high school or I was just coming out of middle school. I don't know. It was somewhere in that time. Because I was born in '94. I graduated in 2012. But terms of what was it, Saber? I've only watched the first couple episodes of Saber. I'm not the biggest fan, even though ironically I actually have his figure right over there. But I'm not a big fan purely because I'm not a big fantasy guy. When I like high fantasy, so like wizards and sorcery and wizardry and swords and sorcery and all that. I'm not the biggest fan. So Saber was never really a season for me. I kind of like the suits. They're not my favorite. Have you seen Geats? I've seen the first couple episodes of Geats. I want to go back and finish it. I'm really behind, and I'm really excited for Gotcha. But yeah, I do want to watch Geats. I know my Derek, Paladin Blue, fucking loves Geats. He just started watching 01 too. He said he finished it within like a few days on my recommendation, and he adored it. He adores it so much. Was Dragon Knight mainstream? Oh no, nobody knew about Dragon Knight. Like nobody knew about Dragon Knight back then. It was super low key. I remember I played on like 4Kids or something like that, along with like Chaotic and Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah, like I don't remember anybody talking about it. And a couple of people that I knew that did, very few people that I knew that did, because not as many people were into that kind of stuff like I was. Yeah, they all said like they weren't into it. They didn't really like it too much. You're my favorite. Oh, thank you, Rowlett. I love the fact that I'm somebody's favorite. Faiz is so. I disagree. I thought Faiz was the most boring, uninteresting season. Are we making more episodes of Red Power Rangers in the future? Yes, we are. Cutter and Blaze, that's the series that started the memes. I don't. Which memes are you talking about? I'll admit I'm not sure off the top of my head. I actually have. Hold on. I actually have Blade's figure right here. Still kind of packaged away because my dog just recently destroyed the box, the little bitch. But yeah, I got Blade right here. I love this thing so much. This was the 20th. This is the Heisei 20 Kicks version. But dude, oh my god, I love this figure so much. He's one of my favorite designs. I just loved everything about that season. And then yeah, I stand by. Faiz sucks. Delta made me almost drop that show by himself, but I somehow finished it. Didn't like it. Wasn't a fan. What do you think of Geats? From what I've seen, I really like it. It has me wanting to come back and finish it. Same thing with Revice. I have not watched Rider actively in the last couple years. I think 01 was the last season that I watched like start to finish. I said only saw the first couple episodes of Saber. Wasn't a big fan. Saw the first couple episodes of Revice. I liked it. Plan to go back. What was it? Geats, first couple episodes, really liked it. Want to go back. If I had to pick between those three, oddly enough, I'd say probably Geats would be the one that I would want to jump into first because that one has me the most interested, especially the whole battle royale concept. Because like the battle royale concept, I feel like they did it better in Ryuki just based off what I've seen because there's so many writers in Geats. It's kind of nauseating almost. But yeah, I think I would really like it, and I really want to see. I kind of know what happens to Tycoon, but I really want to see like that actually play out. Same thing with Buffa. You should hire me in the future because my dream is to become a Power Ranger. So yeah, hire me. Probably not. We got everybody filled up at this point. Every season's filled. The only thing we really do right now is just we look for crew extra stuff like that. Normally only within Michigan. Unfortunately, we're very particular about making sure that everybody is local, because having anybody who's not local makes things very, very challenging in terms of production scheduling and all that. Dude, if that's your dream, go make it happen yourself. Like, get some friends together, get working out, go take martial arts classes, learn film production. It's an awesome thing to do. Like, they're all very good hobbies to get into, and if that's your dream, then go chase it. Fuck yeah. If Dragon Knight has a sequel, I can see Kamen Rider Ex-Aid. Oh yeah. Oh, I can kind of see what you're going for there because of the night concept. Oh, I think that'd be cool. Real Rail Riders be connected to RPM. Rail Riders is not connected to any season. Gem Paladins is its own standalone thing. So a lot of people ask, is it attached to Zeo? No, it is its own standalone thing. Like, I understand why it's Gems, Zeo, Crystal, and all that, but at the end of the day, that's the only thing that Zeo really had for going in terms of the Stone theme. So yeah, Gem Paladins is 100% separate. Rail Riders is 100% separate. Beast Hunters was originally going to be a Wild Force sequel, where Red was going to be the bastard son of Master Org before he became, what was his name again? It was like Victor something. Master Org before he became Master Org, when he was still human. And he was going to be like his like illegitimate son. And he was going to be like a poacher. And everyone's going to be sitting there like, it was going to be like the new Wild Force team. And everyone's going to be sitting there like, oh no, we ain't working with this guy. Fuck this guy. Are the Rail Riders high school student? Young adults. We are not doing any high school seasons. So Gem Paladins they were adults. So fun story. If I ever got to do a full thing with Gem Paladins, my plan was to make them all super broke millennials who were like barely scraping by. So like half the episodes would just be them like trying to make money. So like my idea was like Julius, the Yellow Ranger, he was going to be like the get rich quick scheme kind of guy. Tony was going to be like the starving artist who refused to get a job because it didn't involve with his arts. Amber was going to be a mooch off of her girlfriend. Crystal was, she didn't have a social security number. Like, she just got to Earth. What does she do? Cyrus is going to be like, he's a hard worker, but the joke is he's like Jonesy from 16, where he keeps losing jobs like every other day. Like every episode, he has a new job. And we were going to do this one episode, and I still really want to do this. And it was going to be Julius like talks to Cyrus, and he gets him in on the scheme. And he's like, yeah, dude, I'm going to take my morpher. I'm going to sell it to a pawn shop, right? And I'm going to get like all this money. And then I want you to walk in, suited up, and see if you could just be like, hey, so can I get that morpher back, please? And like, how are they going to turn you down? You're a Power Ranger. So like, he does this, and he sells his morpher. And then as soon as like Cyrus walks in and he tries to buy it back, they've already sold it to like a small child who's just sitting there like messing with it. And they're all sitting there like, oh shit, what do we do? Crystal's just sitting there like, we just punch him in the face and take it. Tony just goes up to her and it's like, Crystal, I understand that you're not from this planet, but we do not punch children. And I still want to do this. I think it would be funnier than hell. So yeah, Rail Riders, same thing. They're young adults. Granted, Barbara is Tomas is the oldest of them. Marcus has got a full beard, but my thought process with him, he's like, and the big reason why he wears the Letterman jacket all the time, like he was the jock in high school, Blue is like a corporate stooge. Yellow, she's got her own life together. Green just works for Amazon. He lives a miserable little life. Pink, I'm pretty sure is part of the Yakuza. She's just a flat out criminal. And Tomas just works for the Rainbow Line. Will rail riders be connected to RPM? It will not. Oh, you're gonna say that it will not be. Ex-Aid got me into Kamen Rider ever since it hooked me. Ex-Aid. Okay, so Ex-Aid is one of my least favorite opening episodes, and I kept watching it, and it took so long for it to actually hook me. Back then I was watching, like, even if I wasn't like the biggest fan, I was gonna keep watching it regardless. It took me like till like episode 30, and there was this one episode because Snipe is my favorite writer in that season. And I was planning, and I was sitting there and watching it, and there was this one episode, I forget which one it is. It was a focus episode on him that just made me absolutely fall in love with Ex-Aid. It went from like, it's okay to, I went from like, this is okay to this is one of the best fucking seasons ever within the span of one episode. Purely because of Snipe. I know people want ToQger as some big RPM sequel. That's actually interesting. Why? I've never heard that. Why do people want ToQger as an RPM sequel? I mean, Beast Morphers already was. So why ToQger? That is it because trains? Like other seasons have had trains, like Lightspeed Rescue had trains. Like outside of trains, I don't see any connection. I'll admit. What will you guys do when you guys finish the seasons? You have books since you have a limit. That's actually a really good question. We're gonna go on to do feature films. Like we have this one feature film that we really want to do. We have other short films. Like I have a feature film currently in the works that was shot literally like we wrapped it literally like a month before COVID hit in like February of 2020. And we did it, and it was awesome. And it's been sitting in post production hell for the past 3 years because because like I lost my love for it. COVID kicked me in the ass. I didn't get COVID, but just like the whole thing of it. And then what else happened? Our composer at the time got cancer. Then she had to bow out, and we had to find somebody else. So yeah, that movie is called Left of the Altar, and that's still planned to come out. And actually, Jade, the Pink Ranger, stars in that movie. She is the romantic lead. Do you guys like the Nicholas Studio PR fan opening? Some of them. I like the Zyuohger one. I like the Gem Pal. I like Crystallizers. I think Crystallizers is the best one. Past that, they're decent. I wouldn't say I love them. Like a couple of them I love, but overall they're solid. They're okay. You should do that more for Pawning Skit. Okay, I want to do that as a full episode. I want to make that an entire episode of Gem Paladins, like a little filler episode. I will follow my dream, but can I get some tips on how to film Power Rangers? Yeah, I mean, my personal recommendation is this goes for fan films in general. Don't be know what your limits are, and don't be too overly ambitious. Make sure you have all your ducks in a row before you start pulling people on, like cast and crew. Because if you have a bunch of cast and you don't have all your ducks in a row, and you don't have this and that, you don't have like a producer and a camera and locations and all that, stuff that needs to be locked in, and you have them waiting around for all this time, you're going to start losing people. What happens is you lose one person, and then you got to replace that person. Then all of a sudden you got to start the process over again. And because you're taking so long, another person drops out. You got to replace them. The cycle repeats. And then somebody else drops out. Cycle repeats. Somebody else drops out. Cycle repeats. Get your ducks in a row before you do anything. Before you bring anybody on. That is my biggest tip for any fan film, period. Will there be a lot of good character development, or be like goddamn, the world's ending. We have to do this one together. This one will have a lot of good character development, in my opinion. It's Beast Hunters is going to be more about the character development, but Rail Riders I think is actually really good. For Red and Blue especially. So there's this one scene that we didn't get to film. We had to cut it, and I'm so mad about it. I might still go back and do it. For Blue, for episode 1, it was this really, really good emotional beat for him specifically, and I felt like it really tied everything together and their motivation for becoming Power Rangers. We didn't get to film it though for technical reasons. But I think, yeah, I think episode, and heck, even it's not even just for the Rangers. Like a lot of the villains even get a lot of good character development. I think it was best before. Beast Hunters at the Hope for the Rose. I don't know exactly whether. Okay, I can kind of see that. Because ToQger and all that was coming out around that time. I mean, I guess I still don't fully, I still can't fully put those pieces together, but I can better see where you're coming from. Are you going to release the Gem Paladin OST? Ooh! Would people like for us to? I mean, I will. If that's something people want, I'll do it. Oh, Buck King. Give me some tips on how to. Strongly second this. Christine, are you talking about what are you seconding? Are you talking about the OST or? Will there be any ranges of civilian powers? No. I've never been a big fan of civilian powers. I think it worked. I think it really worked with SPD. Dino Thunder was okay because it was the first time they really did it. SPD was fine. I mean, it's not my cup of tea personally. But immediately speaking, no, nobody's really going to have any civilian powers. Ninja Storm, of course, I think that was the best example of it, because there were ninjas. Make it, please. Are you talking about the OST? I mean, again, if people want to do it, if people want us to make it, I'll do it. I have no issue with it. I really don't. Still not the biggest fan of how we shot this part, unfortunately. So, fun fact about this episode 2, because I think we only go on the train, I think one time in this episode. So one time, I think it was one time. Yeah, this scene right here was the first one we ever shot for this entire show. It was also the introduction to the Orange Ranger. We had to completely reshoot it. I was so upset with that. But I mean, some shots look good. Like I actually really like how this one turned out. But overall, something like this, like you got the reflection on the plexiglass there, because for some reason, because we thought adding plexiglass in front of the green screen would give it more of that feel. We were horrifically wrong. But yeah, like it's really dark. Like we didn't give ourselves a lot of time to get this really figured out. This is a cut that I actually really, really love. Actually, I'm gonna do that down to a quarter. But yeah, no, I love this cut right here. When we shot this, I knew that I knew this is how we were gonna do this. I love match cuts. I adore match cuts. Like I think this is one of our best cuts in the entire thing. When we review the actors for Beast Hunters of the Shark Ranger, you know what? I'm probably gonna do that in a minute here because I've been talking so much. Yeah, Christina, she's been here with us since the beginning of this project. She knows get those ducks in order long before Otherwise, your whole production is going to crash and burn. And that's not just the thing. That's not even just the case with normal, with just fan films. It's also the case with any film, but fan films especially have a really, really hard time about crashing and burning in that respect. Um, um, Original still my favorite, but can't go wrong with the ninjas, dude. Ninja Storm, like, okay, so I watched Ninja Storm when it first aired years ago. I was never a big fan of it, and it took me a couple tries to like watching it all the way through to actually really like Ninja Storm. The reason behind that is actually from a technical perspective. Something about the way that the sound was done always bugged me, and it kind of persists throughout the most of the especially like the earlier Disney seasons. So uh, Ninja Storm, Dino Thunder, SPD, Mystic Force. It kind of got better once you got to Operation Overdrive. But if you listen on those first couple episodes, the sounds, it's a little bit crunchy almost. It's I can't really describe, but something about it never sounded quite right and always bothered me. Like if you watch like episodes from Wild Force to Ninja Storm, like just pick up like a few random episodes from each season and listen very closely, especially the one that they speak. It sounds different. It's weird. Um, Aside from the new Sentai shows, what do you think about older Sentai shows? Um, so I've watched almost every season between Ranger to current. The only seasons I have not seen, I've not seen Car Ranger. I've seen the first episode, loved it. Just can't. I haven't been able to find I've been able to find the full thing subbed yet because I haven't bought the Shout Factory DVD, and I haven't seen O Ranger. I also haven't seen Go Go 5. Those are the only 3 seasons I have not seen. From between Ranger to current. Before that, I've seen Masked Man. I liked the first couple episodes of Masked Man, and then I stopped liking it as much. It just got boring. I need to finish Live Man. I got over halfway through, and then I paused. But I loved Live Man. I loved Live Man. Oh, that was such a good fucking season. Okay, just wondering, since I know in Zyuohger the civilian powers were like super senses, so I don't know if you're going to keep that. Oh, that's a good point. But the main reason behind, no, I was going to say because they were animals, but no, Yamato wasn't. No, that's a good point, but no, we are not keeping that aspect. That is a very good point, though. I did not consider that. What did you think about King Ultra episode 8? Did I watch episode 8? I think I watched episode 8. The last episode I saw was I have not gotten through episode 10 yet. It was the episode where they're fighting the Bugnarok in the big quarry. It was like their first real encounter with them, and they were just getting like fucking slapped around. Stand to the end. Oh, Henry, I know, dude. You're in this for the long haul, my dude. Henry Montney, he's our stunt coordinator. He's been with us literally since like the beginning of this project. I met him back in like 2018, 2019, I think we first met. And he worked on a couple of our other short films like James Farewell. He played Batman. He was our stunt coordinator on How They Almost Got Him. I thought my dog was eating something. He's scheduled to be a ranger at one point. I'm not going to say at what point though, but that's going to be really fucking cool. When will it come? When will what come? Rail Riders? Rail Riders ideally will come out in the fall at some point. Who played Master and Furious in Power Rangers Gen? Who played Master and Furious in Power Rangers Gem Paladins? I don't understand the question. If you can rephrase that question, I can answer. Are you going to watch the first scene with Toku Ichigo and Tsuchika from episode 6 of Tokyo? Episode 6. I would need a reminder of what episode. I would need a reminder as to like what exactly scene you're talking about. I don't believe I have anything from episode 6 in the docket. Hold on a second. What episodes are we adapting? I don't know since I've actually like sat down and looked. I believe we are adapting. I know we're adapting episodes 1. Some stuff from episode 2. Give me a split second. My dog's eating something. Sorry, my dog's being naughty. It's a scene in the forest where there's only red and blue fight. Is it the one where they fight? Hold on a minute, because I can. If it's the one I'm thinking of, I can actually tell you right now. Hold on a split second. Is it? Is it cuts? Episode two, right there. If it's the episode that I'm thinking of, is it this episode? Because if it is, that answers your question. Because that's Marcus. If you were an extra ranger in any season of Power Rangers, what color would you be? What would your Zord be depending on the season you choose? Ooh. I would be. I'm a big fan of Jungle Fury. Personally, I'd say I want like a Bear Zord, but there's never been a Bear Zord that I've loved. So I guess Cocker Ranger. I guess yellow and Cocker Ranger, but like not yellow, either black or red, but with a Bear Zord would be really cool. Asking for the Red Rangers, asking for a friend is the Red Gem Paladin Rangers single. Yeah, somebody I'm talking to though, somebody I'm currently interested in. That's what I picked you on the Jungle Fury Orange at the end. The Puma kept the cat theme. I loved it. Oh, you know what? It's been like almost an hour. How about hear me out? How about reveal some Blue Ranger? Who's that? Who wants to see who the new Blue Ranger and Beast Hunters is? I kept you guys waiting long enough. Yes, at this scene. So yeah, we're doing that. Need more purple. I agree. There needs to be more fucking Purple Rangers, especially in PR. Like they've only really done Jungle Fury, Dino Charge, and if you want to count it, Mystic Force and Dino Fury. I don't personally really count it. We have like main Rangers. Yeah, there's only really been Dino Charge and Jungle Fury. I swear to God, they keep adding more. They keep skipping over them though, like Tokyuger, Q Ranger, King Oger. These all got Purple Rangers. They just keep fucking skipping them. Is this time yet? Oh, it's time. That's why I hope that the adapt King Oger. I don't think they ever do. I do because I have to work with them. Yes, more Purple Rangers. Purple Ranger in the main cast. And there might be. You never know. Depends on what we're going to adapt. Just saying. Okay. I'm not going to keep you guys waiting any longer. Let's do this shit. So, obviously, you guys all know Oh, Master Ophelis, Christian Rudnicki. He's also playing Stein in uh, in Rail Riders. Okay, so as all you know, after Rail Riders, we're doing Dobutsu Sentai Juoju. We're adapting Power Rangers Beast Hunters as our season 3, right? So you got Anthony Womack, who's going to be playing Red Ranger Dante. You got Josh Gidley, who's going to be playing Yellow Ranger Desmond. You got Mark Cooper, Ready Player One Mark Cooper as Cooper the Green Ranger. Once again, he chose the name, not me. And we've also got Wyatt Woodside, who's going to be playing Rowan the Orange Ranger. He's going to be our mentor for this season. He's going to be the Orange Ranger. And then our returning cast is Miranda Cole as Willow the White Ranger. Yeah, it is. Purple is a very rich color. I think the main reason behind it is because they don't want to like repeat things like blues and all that, because they can kind of blend together. But like if they do it well enough, they can really stand apart. Like because like they've done multiple Blue Rangers in the same season, they've done multiple Red Rangers in the same season, but like yeah, I agree. They really need to, like, purple is a very rich color and they need to do more. Anyway, so we got red, we got yellow, we got green, we got orange, we got white, we got black. Who's Rick? We're not going to reveal who he is for a little bit longer. I've given some clues, and it really narrows it down for a lot of people. We're probably not going to reveal this one until Beast Hunters has either started filming or until probably Yumicon. It's going to be one of those two. I'm hoping for Yumicon, but we're waiting to see what happens. Oh, we haven't forgotten Blue. Don't worry. The way Juo Bird is getting it down. Oh, yeah. No, Juo Bird. Yeah, he got, we announced White a while ago. Okay. So here we go. Who played Master Ophelius? Master Ophelius was played by Christian Rudnicki. All right. So do you guys remember this person from Gem Paladins? You remember Scythia? Kitsukame Cosplay is our new Blue Ranger, Luna. Kit is playing Luna, the new Blue Shark Ranger. She's going to be taking over for Danny. She's going from villain to hero. And we're so excited. She was so hyped to get this role because she actually really wanted me to do this one. She wanted to do this one specifically so bad. And then when Danny left, she was like, I want it. I was like, you know what? You'd actually do really well for it. I'm going to throw you in the mix. So yeah, Kit Scythia. Scythia is back as a ranger. The main villain from Power Rangers Gem Paladins is going to be the Blue Ranger. Let's go. Don't forget the villains. I mean, do you guys want to know who the Beast Hunter villains are going to be? I can show you a couple of them right now. If anybody's interested, who wants like a Vincent's prize for a third female Blue Ranger? I know, right? Yeah, no, yeah, this was totally accidental. This was totally accidental. She was not supposed to be in this. We had plans for her, but then once Danny had to leave because she's moving to Chicago, you know, I contacted, I put the casting call out, and Kit was just like, I want to do it. She was so freaking hyped for it. Yeah, no, if you guys want to know, I don't have head card. I have head cards for a couple of them. Oh, do I not have head card for? You know what? Here we go. So, who is gonna be playing? We're gonna have 2 returning actors. Please give us a story. I'm gonna adapt a male set in the female Power Rangers. Questionable. Questionable if we'll ever do a reverse adaptate, like a reverse gender or reverse gender flip. Um, you know what? Give me just a split second. I'm going to quickly make one other head card because I do want to show off who our third villain is. And I'll kind of just show them all off rapid fire. Um, Yeah, because I was gonna say I don't think I ever showed them off. I apologize to everybody. I know the suspense is certainly killing you. The only character I'm not going to immediately show off is going to be the big bad. Um, where is she? Aha, there she is. Make sure that's saved. Okay. Okay. All right, let me make this card real quick so I can do this all in one go. I can thankfully do it off my phone. Feel it's time for say goodbye. Farewell, Justin. Farewell, Landon. Good to know this is all the only reason you wanted to be here. Farewell, my friend. All right. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Okay, so let me download these real quick and I will show these off. So I'm going to show off 1, 2, and 3. Let's see here. Where is stream? All right. So Azelt, the big blue dude, is gonna be played. His character's name is Cubilot, the Shatter Knight. He will be played. Oh, it's not letting me switch over. Let's do that again, shall we? He will be played by Henry Motney Mayhem. So our lean, mean fighting machine of a stunt coordinator is going to be one of our main villains for Beast Hunters. He's going to be playing both the voice and the face actor. His voice is amazing from Gem Paladins. I do love Christian's voice. He's got such a cool voice, and he can do so many things with it. Like I said, he's also playing Stein. He's a prolific, like he's actually a really, really good voice actor. Christian is. Doing that in your community after the live stream. I am planning to reveal them all to the community after this. No rush, but when you do release Rail Rider's theme song, I'm hoping for within the next couple weeks. Like I said, I just need like 2 more shots, and I just need green and pink's head cards and blue, so like 3 more shots. Once I can get their head cards, I can finish this thing out in like 6 hours, and it'll like a couple hours, and it'll be done. So once I can get those shot, I'll be releasing the theme song. So hopefully within the next couple weeks, I'm pushing to do it on the anniversary of the original. But there's no guarantee on that. Do Beast Hunters have a Wild Force roll call? They do not. Like I said, it was originally going to be a Wild Force sequel. We decided against it. We are copying the one from Zyuohger, so it's going to be Instincts Awaken. First Rail Rider Yellow, now Beast Hunter Blue. I know it happens. It happens. Believe it or not, like almost the entire Beast Hunters cast was actually recast. So red, yellow, orange, green, white, and black were the only two that never got recast. Those are the only two. So Miranda was. Oh, fun fact: Miranda was originally supposed to be the White Ranger in Beast Hunters. Bringing them on to Gem Paladins was actually an afterthought. So yeah, so when we first pitched this idea, Miranda was originally supposed to go to Beast Hunters and only Beast Hunters. How would you describe the Rail Rider theme song? Oh, it goes hard. It goes hard. The Rail Rider theme song goes so fucking hard. Please, can you adapt? Okay. The next one is Geotis, played by Don Kershaw. Don Kershaw plays Geotis. This is the one I'm the most excited for personally. Oh, cool. I'm going to do that. Is who's playing the last villain. So, Ambrosia, the Surgeon of Death, is played by Jean Sawa Paratz, the Pink Ranger. She's going to be coming back to do the voice. So just like how Miranda is coming back to do Madame Noir in Rail Riders, we got Jean to come back, and how like Autumn's coming back to do Erebus in Rail Riders as well. We got Jean to come back as Ambrosia. So yeah, it's gonna be Jean playing Ambrosia. It's gonna be Henry playing Cubulot, and it's gonna be Don playing Geotis. The last villain is named the Big Bad. I'm not gonna say who that is for a little bit, but their name, the character's name is Apexis, Keeper of Death's Vault. Funny enough, Don was actually the one who came up with all these names. Actually, I think Cubulot came up with Henry, but Geotis, Ambrosia, and Apexis, these were all came up by Don. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Henry, you're the one who came up with Cubulot, right? Or did you just come up with the epithet? I can't remember. I know you came up with the epithet, the Shatter Knight, but I don't remember if you came up with the name, or was that Don? Remind me. If Beast Hunters becomes a sequel to Wild Force and McDean is still out of jail, they might find a different Power Ranger leader like Andrew Ray. Oh, that'd be kind of interesting. Yeah, I've heard Andrew Gay's a chill dude. Merrick would be cool, even though he's kind of off doing his own thing in the Wild Force. I've always wanted to know, like, whatever happened to Merrick? Is he still just wandering around out there, like 20 years later, just being emo? Plopity, the character from Dino Charge? What? From Dino Charge. Yeah, I was gonna say so. Yeah, no, Merrick was Silver from Wild Force, and then Andrew Gray is Troy in Megaforce. So many forces. So fun fact, we're not using. So this is something I will say. We're not using force in any one of our season names. I don't like the use of the word force. Like, I don't mind titles like Wild Force and Mystic Force and all that. Megaforce and Super Megaforce, I stand by, are two of the worst named seasons in all of Power Rangers, if not television. Like, Power Rangers Super Megaforce, that is the dumbest fucking name I have ever heard in my life. Seriously. Why does it have such a bad name? It is strictly indicative of how much effort they put into that show, is how much effort they put into that title. So yeah, you will never see force in any one of our title names. Or Fury, for that matter. I don't mind Fury. It's just, I feel like twice was enough. Hell, I think even once was enough. I could have done with a different name other than Dino Fury. Don't get me wrong, I like Dino Fury as a name. I don't know, that second word just didn't do it with me. You know, so Gem Paladins, Beast Hunters, Rail Riders, like these are all very different words. Like, and that's something I've always liked about, you know, different seasons, like Lightspeed Rescue, Ninja Storm, Ninja Steel. You know, like that second word always adds so much to like just the overall feeling and name of the show. What is the name of the foot soldiers in Beast? I'm assuming Beast Hunters. So Beast Hunters, the names are going to be called Meeboids. They're going to be called Meeboids. We've got an idea for them because we don't. So, you know, like with Gem Paladins, we were able to recreate the Beatcats. With Rail Riders, we tried to recreate the Crows, and we did our best for it on a budget. And I think we got fairly close. For Beast Hunters, we're not going to be recreating them because those suits are very convoluted. Oh my god, they would be so hard to make. Yeah, Henry, that's what I thought. I couldn't remember if you made both names, but I remember hearing it. You pitched it to me, and I was like, "That's fucking cool." Cubuloth the Shatter Knight. That's fucking cool. But are we gonna adapt Jewel Whale? Yes, we are. Jewel Whale will be in Beast Hunters. It won't be excessive because Beast Hunters is only planned to be 2 episodes, possibly 3, depending on how I split it up. But for right now, it's only planned to be 2. But we are going to use Whale, and I'm actually really excited because we're going to use all 3 forms for Red. We're going to use the regular Eagle, we're going to use Gorilla, and we're going to use Whale. Apex for Black, the Apex Ranger, I know it's his base form. I know we use his Beast Unleashed form. Do we use? I think we use his wolf form at one point. I don't remember. I do not remember if we use his crocodile form. Do we? I don't remember. I don't remember if we use his crocodile form at all. I'm gonna keep this up for a little bit to let people soak this one in. The new Blue Ranger, baby shark, baby shark. She was so pissed. She was so pissed the night that I cast her. I was just fucking like, I even like went up to Todd and I was like, "Yo, play Baby Shark." I'm gonna just like record it into this thing so she isn't seeing the link. And then she's like, "Dude, I know what the length of the fucking song is. Don't try and bamboozle me." And I was like, "Fuck you! I'm gonna bamboozle you." I'm gonna try because I want to fuck with you and make you listen to Baby Shark because it's funny. Hold on a second. Get this shit a kid now. Sorry, my dog keeps chewing shit. My fan-made Power Ranger season not based on any Sentai. It's called Beetle Drive. Ooh, I kind of like that. Or is it Beetleborgs? I like Drive. I like that word because it's another one that doesn't really get used. I mean, Operation Overdrive, kind of. Operation Overdrive is kind of a long season name though, but Drive, that's a good word. How about Power Ranger Pirates? I don't like Pirates. It's too easy. Just because it's only one word and it doesn't really convey. It's more just like a word versus a title, you know, like Dino Fury, that's a title. Ninja Storm, that's a title. Even Wild Force, that's a title. Power Rangers Pirates, that's not really a title. It's just they're pirate Power Rangers. Like Morphin Marauders is a good name, but it's long. It's too much of a mouthful. Even Gem Paladins, that was the name we workshopped for a long time. Originally, the original name was going to be Gem Knights. Because, you know, Paladins, it's a big word. It's kind of uneven. Like, you got 1 syllable in the first word, you got 3 syllables in the second word. For most seasons, it goes, you know, Wild Force, 2 syllables. Lightspeed Rescue, 2 syllables in each. Beast Hunters, you know, that's still 3. Most seasons don't go beyond 4 syllables. Operation Overdrive is like the main one. That's 6 syllables. And that's a mouthful of a season. Jungle Fury, Ninja Storm, Beast Morphers, Ninja Steel. Most of these, Dino Fury, 3 to 4 syllables. Even Gem Paladins, Beast Hunters, Rail Riders. We try to keep within that naming scheme of keeping it at a minimum of keeping it a maximum of 4 syllables. But there's other ones like Turbo, ZO, Mighty Morphin, even Mighty Morphin, Alien, In Space. There's a certain rhythm to a lot of these names. Omega Drive. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Supernova. Supernova. I like that, actually. Supernova. I like that. Supernova. I kind of dig that, actually. How about the word Power Rangers Supernova? I think Supernova would work. I think Supernova would be a decent name. But it also kind of does still convey the super season a little bit. So, Super Mega Force, Super Ninja Steel. But I think it still works as a non-super season. Just because that's more contextual. Because they just started adding that as for the whole Nickelodeon shabacle, or debacle. But I think Supernova would be a decent name. I could get behind that. We're the Supernova Rangers. Power Rangers Supernova. Like you could feel the power in that. You can feel the power in that name. Power Ranger Marauders. It's close. You need something else. Marauders, but it's got to be like 1 syllable. Marauders, like it's good, but like Morphin Marauders, that goes to 5. Crystallizers, that's 4, but 5, that's where things get a little bit iffy. I'm down to see the new Blue Ranger and Boost Hunters. Oh, we all are, especially after like what she could do with Thipia. Oh, I'm so excited to see kids come back. It's the Blue Ranger. Once again, her new name is no longer Wei Lin. It is going to be Luna. It is Luna, the Blue Shark Ranger. Totally ignore the fact that she has the moons on there. That was kind of a coincidence. That was just the photo she asked me to use for her pitch card. That's what I call these. I just call these their pitch cards. Of course, there's gonna be like a normal headshot at some point that I'm like an actual like proper headshot that I'm gonna do with everyone, kind of like how we did with Gem Paladins to make their pitch cards. But for right now, I do mostly just use things like selfies. But I just use Instagram layout to make these, and they look really good. Power Rangers, Operation Overdrive. But you see how long that is? Power Rangers, Operation Overdrive. That's long. That's so fucking long. Like, it sounds cool, but it's long, and that's kind of a big problem. If you do too much of a mouthful with a title or a name, it becomes the more syllables you add, the more of a turnoff it becomes. Power Rangers, Operation Overdrive. Like, I got bored saying that halfway through. Power Rangers Ninja Storm. It's concise. Hits that point. Great cast selection for the Shark Ranger. I agree. I was very excited with this. Yeah, no, Mathematic, I read yours first. Supernova. I'm glad you're not rehearsing for your intros. I am too. Everything's gonna be totally unique. I don't plan on redoing Go Power Rangers at all. Like, if you listen to a little bit of the music, you can kind of hear a little bit of synth, and that's mostly in the OST. Like, if you listen to Gem Paladins, it's in there. Like, mostly, if you look at the scene where it's us like squaring up with Scythia, and like we like that charging mode where we're like charging against the crowd of gnomes, then you can kind of hear that little bit of synth. I think there's a little bit of it in Rail Riders too. I just got the music back last night, and there was that little bit of it hiding in there somewhere. He mostly just puts that in there as like a little Easter egg, and it's fun. Power Rangers Set Sail. That's a verb. That's not really a set sail. Isn't a title. It's an action. I love to play a goon disguised as a human. like in Paladins. If you can throw hands, and you live in Michigan, like just contact us. I mean, we're gonna be looking for goons for beast hunters. We're gonna need a lot, like beast hunters specifically. We're gonna need a lot because of how we're gonna do it. We need a lot of varied looking people, like with Gem Paladins, Rail Riders, because everyone was completely masked up. We were able to recycle a lot of people. Like you would see the same like for example, we could only have like 5 crows on set, for example, for Rail Riders, but we'd use them to great effect to make them look like there was like 20 of them, right? It's actually fun fact about a fun fact about Gem Paladins that I just kind of want to talk about really quick because I think this is funny. Let me get pulled up here. So in Gem Paladins, and actually in that scene that I was just talking about a split second ago, the one with excuse me. So this scene, right? Yeah, this scene right here. There was a lot of overlap, like because we filmed these shots on 2 different days. So for example, this is Miranda. That's Miranda right there. This was Frida. That's me. That's me in the gnome suit. That's Henry. I think that's Mark back there. Barbara, I know, was in here too, and I know Autumn was. I think this was Sam. Marguerite was in here. I think this is Marguerite. This is the director right here. So the only person who was not in a gnome suit was yeah, was this? Yeah, that was Barbara, wasn't it? Yeah, I'm trying to remember all of who's who. Yeah, because I know that's Henry. That's me. I'm the one who gets bonked. Bonk. That was me. That's Miranda. That's Frida. That's Mark. Henry's right next to me. That's Marguerite. Is that Sam? I think this was Sam. I don't remember who this was. I think this was Mark. He's a big dude. It might also been Armand. Yeah, we even reused rangers and shit for gnomes. So, boom, boom. That's Henry. Bonk. That's Barbaro, and that's Autumn. So that's Julius, and that's Amber. Boom, boom, boom. I actually wasn't here when this got filmed, so I don't know who these people are who are in these suits. That's Ryan, the Blue Ranger for Gem Paladins. That was Frida. I don't think Barbaro suited up this day. Pretty sure he didn't. Yeah, that was Mark. No, that's Mark. That was Jenna. I want to say this was that Evan? I think that was Evan. That was Todd. That's the producer. The one who got kicked first. Who else? This is Armand, the one I just punched. Is that Devontae? I think that was Devontae. Boom. So fun fact about this clip right here. So there's an outtake of this where when I landed, boom, and they both kicked me, I fell. My hip hit right into the side of that fucking of the picnic bench, and it like smashed right, like I landed full force on my hip right onto that thing, and it hurt so bad. So like there's still a clip existing out there where like I just immediately stopped. I was like, boom, and I fucking like almost put a hole through that picnic bench. It was so hurt so bad. I was so pissed, and then boom. I forget who these were too. I think Anne was in here. Could be wrong. Yeah, that's still Armand. That's the Red Ranger from Rail Riders. This I think that was boom. It might have been Evan. I think that this was Mark. This is the Green Ranger from Beast Hunters. Boom. It was flying. I don't remember who these were. I think this was Armand. Could be wrong. It's been a while. It's been like over a year since we shot this, so I don't remember who was in what gnome suit exactly. Cosmic Curious, King Ranger, my point of view. Using Force of Fury in their titles. I am mild sort of bossy and love Scruggs. Skugs from VR Troopers. That was a fun name for the foot soldiers. Skugs. Who's gonna play the main villain? Power Rangers Beast Hunters, the main villain. That one we're actually keeping that one a little bit closer to our chest right now, for reasons more production based reasons. But there is somebody currently in that role. There is one villain role that's currently open. It's more of a monster of the week type deal, and we're using a character named their name is Mr. McTwixler, and I've got somebody who I'm really interested in playing them because they're kind of like this. Their name is Mr. McTwixler. I'm the Connie Con Man. I'm kind of going for like this type of feel for it, because they have a human form. It's supposed to be like the Carney, the Carney Con Man, come right up, step on up, play a game. I know my ideal casting would be Jim Kelly, the cosplayer. I think he'd be absolutely perfect for that role. But he lives in Atlanta. I don't think he'd be interested. But if I could get anybody, it'd be Jim. I think it'd be so fun to have in that role. Playing like fucking this over the top circus performer. It'd be great. People usually don't complain this much about too long. About too long? What do you mean? We should do Power Rangers Captain Planet style. Fire, wind, water, air. With your powers combined, I'm a fucking Megazord, bitch. That'd be funny. Last stand. Pirate Hunters. That'd be kind of a cool title. Pirate Hunters. But that makes it sound like it's more about them being bounty hunters versus being pirates. I love the idea of Royal. Oh, I love that. Royal Swarm. Oh, I love that. Pirate Mirage. That's another really good one. I think if I were to rename Super Mega Force, it'd probably be that Pirate Mirage. That's a good one. But no, Royal Swarm. I don't know what it is about that, but I'm like, that's a PR title. That's a King Oger adaptation title right there. Like if I were to adapt King Oger, I'd call it Royal Swarm. That is fucking cool. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with this right now, but I love that title. I have an awesome idea for Zenkaiger. So do we. I don't know if that tells you too much. Yes, he was. Dom wasn't in a civilian. Probably one of the best moments in this whole thing was Dom. You got all the civilians like getting captured and running away, except Dom. Fuck this shit. It's still probably one of my favorite moments in this whole thing. I love Dom. He's such a good guy. Also, I noticed that the Green Ninja for Gem Paladins, I forgot her name, sorry. There's a lot of kicks in her fight. Was this intentional? Yes. So the character's name is Amber, played by Autumn Blackthorn. And so when we were coming up with styles for each of the Rangers, for my own style, I'm very karate based. That's my own personal style. So I was like, I'm going to use that's what my focus was. With Barbaro, with Julius, the Yellow Ranger, we were more like, we want to do like more of that breakdancing, almost like hip hop keto style, because that matches more of the Sentai footage. And then when we got to his second fight, he was just like, bro, can I just go straight bruiser for this? Can I just start like throwing fucking hands and kicks and shit? And I was like, fuck yeah, you can. Just like take them gloves off and just start wrecking people's shit, dude. So you see he's like, boom, boom, boom. He just starts like fucking ham fist clubbing these motherfuckers. Also, when we did his this shot right here, Barbara's a huge Bruce Lee fan. Like, yeah, he's just sitting there. He's just slapping motherfuckers around. Boom, boom, boom. He's a huge Bruce Lee fan. So he's like, "Can I do a 1-inch punch?" I was like, "You absolutely can do a 1-inch punch." For Autumn, yeah, because Senna, the Kierman Green, she was very speed based. So I was like, "What is speed based?" Taekwondo, like focuses on the legs, running and kicking. This is, I think, the only real punch she ever throws in the entire thing. And we were very intentional about that because we were like, boom, she keeps kicking. She's never thrown a punch before. Fuck it, knock him out. I think it was kind of the same thing. We went for more of an Aikido style because she's in the Sentai. That's kind of more what she was doing. So we were like, okay, we're going to focus on throws, and we wanted to do more locks. We didn't get the chance to. This scene was supposed to be a little bit different, where she was supposed to like roll down the hill and like lock one of the crows into an armbar. It was supposed to be really, really cool. But then we had to come up with this because we couldn't think of a way to do it safely. Bam! Kicks him in the face. Derek, we were very intentional about him using more like this almost like swordless Kempo style, where he's using his hands. If you listen carefully, like the sound effects, I put in a lot of like sword shing shing shings, which was kind of fun. But yeah, all their styles are very intentional. It was very fun doing all these fights. Oh god, I love doing these fights. But the morph code would be name the constellation Scorpio, Morphin Grid Explode. I don't mind it. Super Legends Zenkaiger based on a video game. Like based off like a Power Rangers-esque video game? That'd be kind of cool. How did you switch places between Tony and the gnome? Oh, that's actually a really good question. So essentially what we did, so whenever you do these kinds of things, whenever you're doing film, these were all shot with actually on 2 different days. So like everything we're doing here, this was all shot in one day. And then I think we actually shot this like a week after. So everything with Scythia, so all this stuff all this was shot on one day, where we had a bunch of extras come out, kind of come around and just, get carried off and flung around and all this shit. And this was on a separate day. And then this was also on a 3rd separate day. So we just shot them, and what we did is we did what's called color correction. So like the sky and everything and the lighting looked a little bit different, but we were able to take everything and we were able to color match everything to make it look closer together. So like we made it a little bit warmer. So yeah, these 3 scenes were shot on 3 different days. Even this was shot on a separate day. I think this scene was actually shot the same day we did all of our interiors. So like this day we shot the same day as this. This day was a day out of itself. Their fights were done in a day of itself. So yeah, it was just all about just when we shot everything, and we just kind of kept things shuffled around. And that's how we're able to kind of get everybody in 2 different places. We filmed things in 2 different days. Oh, that's right. Jordan was in there. Was he in the shot? Was Jordan in the shot? I remember he was here. He was in some of these fights. Like I know he's in here. Like you can actually see him in the background at one point. Where is he? Yeah, no, it's Zach. That's Ann. Yeah, where's Jordan? I know he's here. That's Ryan. That's the Blue Ranger for Rail Riders. That's Devontae. Oh, there's somebody else standing next to him. Who was that? Oh, Jordan was standing next to Devontae. He's in the purple hat. Boom, punches me in the face, lifts me up. That's Ken. But all these people play gnomes. Gnomes and crows and all that. Devontae, yeah, Jordan's back there in the hat. That's Jenna, Mark. That's Mark Cooper. Famous rapper Mark Cooper. Yeah, there's Jordan. Yeah, then we just had everybody suit up and just start throwing hands. I think Jordan. Yeah, I know this was Ryan. I think this was Ryan, and is that Armand? Is this Ryan and Armand? I got their necks broken. I forget. I know that was Ken and Jen, I believe. Pretty sure that was Devontae. Pretty sure that was. I forget who that was. Yeah, everyone just kind of got in the mix of it. VR Troopers is actually it was another series that Saban tried to do. Um, uh, so they did Power Rangers. Power Rangers did well. Then they did VR Troopers, and then they did Beetleborgs. And VR Troopers was a season. It was a series that was based off of the Metal Heroes series, and it was like kind of an amalgamation of like three different series in one. I forget what they were all called. I don't really watch Metal Heroes very much, but uh, Spiritual Titans. Titans. I like the word Titans. I don't like the word spiritual. Oh, dumb, dude. You did one of the best scenes in this whole fucking thing. Yeah, of course we're gonna reference it. Jesus Christ. Like, this is still to this day one of the funniest. I stand by. This is one of the funniest fucking things in this whole goddamn series. Like, we've done some other shit in Rail Riders. That's still fucking hilarious. Yeah, One Punch Into Me. You should make Power Rangers car. Just car. Not even cars. Just a single car. They just all cram into like a fucking clown car. I want a big martial arts theme season. Gekko Ranger, but kind of different. Each Ranger is based off a different martial arts. Would be cool. I think Die Ranger did it, but still. Masked Man also did it. Masked Man was a martial arts theme season. I think blue was Tai Chi, yellow was Ninjutsu. Black, I think, was Aikido. I forgot what everybody else was. Red was karate. But I think I would love another martial arts theme season. I love like the martial arts focused ones where it's mostly just it's more focused on the actual combat. I really love the red Gem Paladin jacket. Thank you. They're just windbreakers we got off Amazon. We were planning originally to get like metal badges to put on them, but we ran out of time. Yeah, no, these windbreakers are available on Amazon. We found them in all of our colors, and it worked. Silvers, we actually had to dye this one because originally it was just like pure whites. So we dyed it. We like kind of got it to dull a little bit to give it more of that like grayish look to it, and I think it turned out really fucking well, like really fucking well, and it fit. The wardrobe of this was actually all very intentional. So like everybody's wearing black pants. Everybody's wearing a shirt underneath. If you actually look, everybody's wearing a black shirt underneath. Besides myself and Miranda. I'm wearing white. To kind of distinguish myself as the leader of the team. Tony's like he's a very pure, very innocent guy. So I wanted to go with more of a white, and then with Miranda, we went with gray underneath because obviously we needed silver in her color scheme before she puts her jacket on. But also kind of it kind of conveys like she's very gray area in terms of her morals and her beliefs and all that. And then when we get to more of the end stuff, she starts breaking that up a little bit. She starts wearing more colors. I can see Jordan playing Aquaman. Aquaman! So fun fact, we have an Aquaman script that we really want to do at some point. We actually pitched it to Barbaro as an April Fool's joke, literally like right before we started filming Gem Paladins. And I really want to do a dramatic reading of the script because that's something that Todd and I love to do. We love like getting people and we're like, hold on, we need to read you our Aquaman script. We need to do this dramatic reading because it's seriously really fucking weird, but it's funnier than hell. And we pitched it to Barbaro, and we sat there and we said, no, read this. We want to watch you read it. And he's just sitting there like, he didn't say a fucking word. He just started shaking his head. He's like, no, I'm not fucking doing this. Oh my god, if Todd was here, I'd do this dramatic reading. It's one of the best fucking things ever. I really want to do it at Yumacon, but it's very not PG-13 because it's about Aquaman fucking a fish. We got the idea from this gag that it was posted when Ezra Miller and what was his name? Ezra Miller and Jason Momoa were on Peacemaker. And there was this Ezra Miller tweeted out. He's like, yeah, so there was this like deleted scene where where Aquaman just like starts fucking a bunch of fish, and we read this and we're like, because Barbaro really, because he looks like Jason Momoa. That's the joke. Like he everybody thinks he looks like fucking Jason Momoa, and we're like, we need. And he kept asking us for a long time, like, I really want to do an Aquaman film at some point. I was like, fuck yeah, we'll do this for you at some point. And then we saw that and we're like, and we wrote the whole thing in a night. We wrote the whole thing in like a single night. It's like 5 pages long, and it's absolutely ridiculous. And we're like, Barbara, we finally came up with a great idea for an Aquaman script. Here you go. And he read it. He's just like, fucking assholes. Oh my god, it was. I stand by it. It's still one of the funniest goddamn things. It was like the shit. Oh god, I wish Todd was home. I would do it. I would so do this dramatic Aquaman script reading. Where's my camera out of focus all of a sudden? That's really weird. Shouldn't be like that. Yeah, no that's doing that. Okay. Yep, so that's I think it's pretty much everything I really wanted to talk about today. Just uh what was going on with Rail Riders, what's going on with Beast Hunters, getting good old Kit back in the saddle as a Power Ranger. Yeah, why isn't that focus? Why is that focal length? That's fucking weird. But yeah, I'll probably do another one of these streams at some point talking about more stuff. But I think the next big thing we're really gonna do is we're gonna try and get the Rail Riders theme song posted. You know what I should do? Do you guys want to hear the theme song? I won't show the video because it's not done. Actually, no, I don't think. Yeah, I think I actually can. Hold on. No, I don't think I could actually. I don't think it'll let me play the audio. Will it? Hold on. Because like I will do it just to give you guys a sample. Because there's not many people left here. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. For the people that have stuck there around this long, I'll give you a. Let's try this. Hold on. Before I do anything. I just want to make sure this is working okay and it doesn't sound like shit before I try and play it. This is just the theme song for Gem Paladins. Tell me if it sounds like shit or not. Does it sound okay on your guys' end? Does it sound okay? We cannot hear it. That's what I was worried about. Sounds like crap. Yeah, that's what I was worried about because I was like, maybe I could play it through my speakers. I'm thinking because I'm on Streamlab. I don't know if there's a good way for me to do that. Let me think. Give me a second. Sound very staticky. That's what I was worried about. Let me try something. Let me try something and see what happens. I'm gonna try cancellation. kind of experimenting here, so I don't. I mean, I'm sure I'll figure this out later, but for right this second, I mean, kind of doing this off the cuff. Does that sound better? Because I know it's one speed going to another. That sounds better. No, it's quiet but audible. I can always bump it up. We can hear it better now. Okay, that's all I need to hear. All right, let me pull up the actual thing. Give me a second. That was the Gem Paladins one. Sorry, I know this is kind of a little all over the place, but you know, figuring it out. We're figuring it out. You know what I'm saying? We're figuring it out. There we go. All right. Aha. All right, here we go.